Hello, everybody. This is Arlene Arnold, and I'm here with Focus of the Week and got Energy Focus of the Week. And I'm a little bit in the dark. There we go. Um, so, this is a very interesting day today. What is going on here? Okay. Uh, anyway, I don't know if you feel it or not. This has been a very creative day for me. And I'm just wondering if any of the rest of you have been feeling that. I've been having a really good time writing some things up, which writing is one of the things I love doing. And I'm really enjoying that. Anyway, we have a very interesting setup for today. Let's see if we can see who's coming on here. We'll see if we got some people who are here with us. Anyway, this is a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest and on Whidbey Island. And I'm enjoying these days. Hello, Will. I love these summer days. It's been so much fun to be able to go outside and sit on the patio and watch the birds. And we have rabbits now. We didn't have rabbits for a while on Whidbey because they got some kind of a disease and died off. And it was kind of like one of the things about Whidbey, or Langley, this part of the island. It's one of the things about that is the rabbits just had gotten loose and had multiplied, and so we had lots of rabbits. And then for a while they were none because they had all died off. Well, I'm hoping these will survive because my cat just loves watching the rabbits now. Like he would be outside going after them if he could. Oh, good. It's gorgeous in the Willamette Valley, too. That's great. I love that. And the sun just, it warms my soul, I think. And it makes me feel like I'm really, oh, there's Stacy. She's here with me, but will be just working behind the scenes. And I love having her with me. And so it's a busy time for me. Peter and I are going to be with my daughter and son-in-law and celebrate Mother's Day. So what are you all doing for Mother's Day? Are you, some of us, I don't have a mother anymore, but I have a daughter. So it's fun. Hey, Mia, I'm so glad you're here. We're using one of your pictures today. I love Mia's pictures. She does these beautiful ones of flowers, and she puts one up every day. So if you want to appreciate that, you can go and see if you can get her to put you in as a friend so you get notified. It's and they're all pictures that are out of her. Oh, you're going to the beach. Okay. Oh, I hope it's good weather. So I think I'll go ahead and get started now. And this is such an interesting week. And I hope that you can, this starts from today through Thursday of next week. I think I wrote the wrong date on this, but that's okay. Would you believe that we have Love Child again? We had Love Child last week, and we have Love Child again. And there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? I just feel the energy of this, and it is just blessing us. And since I had written some things about it last week, I was feeling what part of the information is what we would want for today. So here's what I picked up the part that's called Something to Consider. Protect your innocence with your discernment that knows what is safe and what is not, that knows what is healthy and what is not, that knows when others are helpful and when they are not, Then wrap seriousness in cotton candy while you explore the world with childlike wonder. So, the big message here is discernment. We want to be able to have that discernment that allows us to feel safe enough to just wrap seriousness in cotton candy. And that discernment comes from our inside world. So we have to practice that and feel that and know that. And that discernment then knows what's safe and what's not. That discernment knows what's healthy and what's not. And that discernment knows who, when others are helpful and when they are not. And you get to make choices about where you go, what you do, who you see, and who becomes your friend. And that doesn't mean we can't love everybody. It just means that we have to pay close attention to what is happening around us. So here's the message that I found from Love Child as I was working with it before this. We are being asked to go deeper into the energy of Love Child. In order to truly live from innocence, we need to use our discernment. And I don't know about you, but I had a very innocent part of me as I was young, and even after I got married. It was like a real innocence that didn't quite understand what was going on out in that world. Then how do you actively use your discernment? Is it a matter of what you put your attention to? What does your inside world say? And as you focus on the messages from the inside world, what have you learned from the world that you need, from the outside world that you need to pay attention to? So this is a combination. Discernment for me is first going into the inside world and asking these questions about what's safe, what's healthy, what's helpful, that kind of thing. But it's also about living in the world and being aware of how things happen, because if you are carrying this beautiful love, especially this love of that comes from Love Child, you will attract other people who are loving. But we go through difficult times sometimes and we lose our attention to the center of us. And when that happens, we can attract things to us. I may have told this story before, but I always go back to it because it was such a lesson for me. I was living on Anderson Island, and I'd just gone to the store and was out on the street, and I was going to take a left turn. And the sun was, oh, hi, Leslie. Hi, Leslie and Linda. And I was about to make a left turn, and the sun was there, and I didn't see the oncoming car. And the car swerved to miss as much of me as it could, but it hit my back bumper. And I immediately, in the car, before I even got out, I said, thank you, because I knew that I was okay and the other person was okay. And I said, thank you. And then I said, I'm listening. So I dealt with exchanging information, and I was pretty shaken up. And as I drove home, I was asking myself, what were you thinking about just before this happened? And what I was thinking about was being worried about money issues. So I know that the universe allowed me to get stopped in my tracks so that I could pay attention to where my energy was and what I was thinking about. So I'm really grateful for that experience, because that has been something I've gone back to many times. And what I know is if we don't listen when something happens that is not of great concern, then the universe allows us to be in a situation that will be even more intense so that we will listen. And we don't want to go there, believe me. Uh, because I ended up with back spasms so bad I was in the hospital, and that was because I hadn't been listening. Oh, look who's here, Karen. Oh, it's so nice to have you here. Such been a long time. And there's Dodie and Susie, and we got Leslie and Will. Oh, this is a great group. Thank you for being here. So, one other thing about a love child is, how do you actively use your discernment? Okay, discernment is about where you are putting your attention. If you are putting your attention out into the world and you're not listening to your inner self, then you're not in your discernment. But it's also true that we have learned some things about the outer world that we need to take into account when we're going into our discernment. So it's both. It's about looking or listening from the inside and looking from the inside to the outside to see what is going on and what we need to be aware of. And it depends on what you are focusing on. If you have a fear that you're focusing on, or you're angry, or whatever that is, that can have you in a place that where you attract a similar kind of thing. And my goodness, you don't want that to happen. Yes, Karen, it's been a long time. This is really fun to have you here. Okay, so the other thing about Love Child is there is so much that can take your attention away from your discernment. You may have old patterns that come from embedded beliefs and mindsets. You may need to address these before you find your true discernment. And then practice, practice, practice. When something doesn't feel right, stop. Examine what you feel and know. Listen and trust what your inner knowing is telling you. And I want you to know that what I've written out here is on transformationaltools.com in the blog. We are putting it up there each week so you can go and read that and print it out if you want, and work with it during the week. Now, in addition to Love Child, in addition, Love Child is asking you to lighten up and absorb the love and the wisdom of nature. See yourself as an explorer. Imagine that you have come from another planet. Watch human behavior. Notice the great love that is present and the fear and separation that causes humans to bypass their amazingness. This will expand you as you move into and through the great awakening that is upon us. So I may have said a little bit about this off and on, but it's becoming more real and more clear to me that we are in a time of awakening. And it isn't that we haven't been awake before, but this is an awakening that is going to be awakening for the whole of the earth. And when you look at all the things that are going on, it's hard to believe that that will happen. But in my writing, I got that will happen within my lifetime. Well, I'm not a young chick, so it maybe will happen fairly soon. I mean, I don't mean in the next day or even the next year, but we are preparing for that. And I'm really encouraging you, as we do this focus of the week each week, that we really pay attention to the energies that are here, and that we live with these with these energies, not pushing them away. So use Love Child as a way for you to feel the energies and learn more about discernment. And one of the ways you can do that is you can imagine this beautiful, see it as not just two-dimensional, but see it as a ball of energy. And then imagine that you're standing in the center of that. And feel that and let that absorb into your body, and let this consciousness that's in this card come to you and help you. It can become a guide for you if it's the one, because each of them have different abilities to help us, but sometimes that's the one for you. and you will want to work with that as a guide. So the other thing we have today is the color card is the lesson in magenta. And Stacy's going to put up the picture. This picture is one that was a photo that was taken by Mia, and this is from her yard. I just love this picture, and it has the pink in it, but it has the beauty of magenta, and magenta is a wonderful, wonderful uh, energy for us. And I honor this picture because, Mia has such a love for nature, and she honors it by the pictures that she takes. So it's very inspirational to me. So here's the message about the lesson in magenta. Magenta is full of compassion. It knows how we sometimes struggle to stay connected to our inner knowing. So, when we want some help to stay connected internally, we can ask magenta to help us with that. And magenta can transmute the energy of an old mindset or of a belief or a habit. And you have to ask. Magenta can do that for you if it's in your highest good. Magenta also offers to transmute energy that is not for your highest. That was the next thing. Feel how that cleanses your ability to see with inner and outer eyes. It allows you to see your truth. That is a big part of the clarity of discernment. Practice seeing. It's not just about seeing with human eyes, which it is, because look at the beauty of this picture. I mean, that is something we are so blessed to be able to experience that. But at the same time, this is about um, finding a way of seeing with inner eyes. And that comes from the inside world. It comes from our soul within. And when we use that and we really listen to that, we are seeing the truth of who we are. And we're also seeing the world through a different pair of eyes, because we have been so programmed in this world that we tend to see ourselves and others and the world in a very different way. And this, when we see it from in our inside world, it's kind of like I have great compassion for what's going on in the world and all the ways in which humans get themselves into muddles, and how we don't seem to be able to keep the clarity. Well, magenta can help us do that. Magenta can help us uh, to let go of and dissolve things that aren't true for us, that are getting in our way. So for sure, I would encourage you to use this color magenta. And again, if you go on the blog, you can get a copy of that picture. If it doesn't let you copy it, you can do a screenshot, and you'll be able to take that and work with that. So please do that, because magenta is just asking to be of service and would love to work with you. So the other thing I want to remind you of is that we have an upcoming class. It's Thrive as a Highly Sensitive and Intuitive Person. And it will be on Fridays at 2:30, is it? It's either 2 or 2:30. And we are right now finishing up the color course, and we're going to follow that by the Thrive course. Thrive as a highly sensitive, intuitive person. That allows you to understand yourself better. It shows you how to see the world from your inside eyes. It gives you tools that you can use every day when things come up and you need some help. And there's so much in it that Stacy and I have talked about, the possibility of having a different format for it. But for this time, we're going to have 4 sessions, and you will have the information for the whole course when you sign up. And so there's the link. in this chat so that you can go ahead and purchase that. It's not a lot of money, and it's 4 weeks, and I will be helping to bring that to you. The other thing I want to really encourage you to do is, many of you who are on here now are part of the Vortal. That is our membership program. And the whole idea of this membership program is that we're in a time when we need each other, where we need connections. I mean, we went through the pandemic where, yeah, we were online, and this will be online too, but it's still, there were so many ways in which we felt like we were separate. And this is part of helping us to see how much we are together. And these are people who are really serious about their journey, their spiritual journey, and they're very non-judgmental, very loving, and we do a lot of talking with each other, and we learn from each other. So I do 2 and sometimes 3 things for the Vortal, and these are things that we do not charge for. And one is a presentation. And we have a presentation coming up this month, but it's also going to include Stacy and Dodie because they are going to Stacy will bring you a bit of what it is to use Qigong and to clear your energy and work with your energy. I come to her morning program as often as I can, and it really makes a difference in my day. And then Dodie has been doing a monthly course on crystals. So she's going to talk about a crystal for this month, one of the ones that she will be presenting in her program. And that is open to people from the Vortal and also others. So if you aren't getting our newsletter, be sure that to sign up for the newsletter and take a look at the kinds of things that we're offering each month. And the other thing that I do in the Vortal is Journal with Your Knowing Self. And I love that program. And I am now bringing it to the Whidbey Island and to the Langley area in person, which I haven't done in person for a long time. But I'm really looking forward to that. And I've done one presentation. We'll be doing another presentation for people on the island. And all of that is an exciting new edge of what I'm doing. And then from time to time, we're going to do what Stacy calls a pop-up. And that means that we'll figure out, oh, there's something really important that we need to get out there. We'll let you know, but it will be for the Vortal participants. So I think, do you have the Vortal link up there, Stacy, or can you put that up? And Karen, I really encourage you to take a look at the Vortal information. You can go into transformationaltools.com, and on the homepage, it gives you a lot of ideas of what we're doing. And it's just $7 a month. So we're hoping that we can serve you all during this time of activation that we're going through, during this time of awakening, and during this time when we're all feeling how hard it is to have the energy that is around us here on Earth right now. But just know that that is going to change. So I think that will, oops, I'm going to slide down here so I can read the rest of your comments. Yeah, do, Karen, because I know that this is right down your alley, and you can pick and choose what you want to be a part of. But that's and here's Stacy's latest creation that gives you something of the energy of the Vortal. And Vortal means that it's a combination of a vortex and a portal. So where we're going in this time of awakening is a portal that we'll be walking through. And what we're building now is the vortex of energy that will make it possible for this world to flip over into a different way of understanding what it is to be human, and where we can make different choices than we have made before. And there's part of me that goes, is this for real? But when I get it in my writing, I'm telling you, I have to pay attention. And when they tell me a timeline, not specific one, but when my guidance tells me that, and that part of that is my inner knowing, and part of that is the guides that I work with. When I hear that, I have to know there's something to it, because I have always trusted that. And it has always been so helpful in my life. All right, so now we're in the time where I'm going to pick cards for you. And I want to see what's happening for you this next week. So, Stacy, let's see, who is our
We're going to
first?
start with Will.
All right, all right. All right, Will, yours today is a color. It's probably going to get magenta. Okay, let's see. I'm putting magenta into the deck here, so it just will be here, but it might not be the one. Okay, here's the card. Oh, it's the strength in black. Woo! I love that. The way I have understood black is it's the combination of all of the colors. It's the what it means is tremendous amount of opportunity. So for you, Will, you have opportunity right now that is so expansive it probably drives you crazy because you're like, how can I do anything when there's so much that I can do? Well, that's part of what we have to figure out. So I'm putting Will down here with a black strength. Ooh, that I can feel that for you, Will. And last time you had Dolphin Song, the card from the Luminaries deck, and what a great thing to have Dolphin Song for a week, and now you have the Strength in Black. It's almost like the dolphins helped you prepare for this week, which is very cool. All right, who do we have next, Stacy?
Let's go, Mia.
All right, Mia. Let's see what's up for you. You've got yours is a luminary. Well, wouldn't you know? Love child. I'm telling you, it was right in the deck. I didn't leave it out. I didn't put it in the front or the back. All right, so Mia, love child. So what I would say for you, Mia, is discernment is really up for you, and I know that you do a lot by going in and feeling things, but I also know that you have a lot of distractions in your life. So have Love Child help you today stay focused on your knowing, and be able to, when you hear something, or when you meet someone, or if there's a teacher that shows up, use your discernment about, is this helpful? Is this in alignment with who I am and where I'm going? And be sure to use that. And use this card to put around you, so the energy is all around you. It just wants to love you. It really does. It wants to just put its arms around you and say, I'm here and we're doing really well. So I love that. So Mia is love child. Okay, who's next?
We have Syl Duenas Johnson.
Okay, Sil. I'm glad that you're here. That's cool. All right. Let's see. See, I think yours is a color card today. I'm just focusing in on your energy. Um, what is it that I'm feeling? Let's see. Well, this is interesting, so because I feel like in your energy, it feels a little bit like I don't know the words to say, but kind of like a start stop. You know how sometimes we get into a place where we're ready to go and get something started, and then it's like something happens, and then we get frustrated. But what your card today is the strength in pink, which really goes along with love child and innocent, trusting, and loving. And when I see that you're in the strength of pink, it says to me that you have learned how to be uh, uh, innocent in a way that is very positive for you. And that innocence, um, it allows you to move through other kinds of energies without taking them on, which is kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten that message from Pink. Um, are you getting anything, Stacy? I'm just curious to see if there's something more.
Um, I wasn't really tapping in at the moment, but I was sensing happiness.
Okay. All right. And but the stop go kind of thing, um, that can be just something that might be an old habit that's coming up for you to clear, Sil. And that would be wonderful to have that cleared so that you don't have that happening. And if you would put something in the chat that would tell us if that resonates for you or not. All right, so who's next?
Leslie.
Leslie's is a luminary today. Let's see what's up for Leslie. Well, it's Vortality. Vortality is the one that the name Vortal came from. And Vortality, one of the things that always comes to me when Vortality comes up is that it reminds us. Notice how this thing looks like. There it is. It looks like an amoeba to me, and it's like it moves. It feels like it moves like an amoeba. But then notice how in the center it has all of these beautiful colors, and they seem very what's the word stable, even though this energy moves around. And so I would say for you, Leslie, that you have a very stable center, and there are many things moving around you. And the message that mortality gives us is to allow the organic movement. So remember that you have this very stable center, and you can allow the movement of your soul, the movement of the energies, the movement of the earth. You can allow that to happen around you and recognize it and honor it, but you still have that stability in the center. Yes, there it looks like an eye in the center there. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's that part that has that stability. Okay, so who's next?
Susie.
All right. And Susie, yours is a luminary today as well. So let's see what's up for Susie. This is it. Oh, Susie, this is a really good one. This one is called Presence. And presence is about that energy, divine energy that you feel around you. When I was writing about this, it reminded me of the time when I would be driving in my car and I would see this sort of purple energy that was around me. It's like you don't see it like it's like seeing it with your eyes, but it's a sensing seeing. And that this color is more than purple. This is indigo. And what indigo is here for is to help us open up new, not just our intuition, it helps with the intuition, but open up psychic gifts. So if you've wondered about your psychic gifts, oh, Jeannie's here. All right, let's put her on the list. If you have been wondering about your psychic gifts, Susie, this is the time to sit with them. And notice that you may have some discomfort in the base of your skull. To me, that's where that opens up. So just breathe into that and say, it's okay for me to open up to these gifts. This is the right timing. And you will be accompanied by your guidance to help you into that. So that's kind of cool, that something that's part of the awakening and part of your ability to assist in this awakening is opening up for you now. So that will be very interesting to see how that goes. All right, who's next?
Next is Karen.
All right, Karen, let's see what you got. Is hers? Oh, you know, every once in a while this happens. The color cards want to be here for you, Karen, and so does the luminary. So I'm going to pick one of each for you. All right, now let's see what the other one is. Oh, interesting. I want to just read this for us from Sil. Yes, thank you. Yes, it does. I just retired and I'm trying to get my side business going in a profitable way. Whoops. Whoops. What happened here? Maybe the start stop is that I was trying to do my business as I was working at a 50-hour week. She just got her color cards out. Oh, isn't that cool? She's had them forever. Oh, what a wonderful message. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to talk with you more. Wonderful. All right. So I am doing one for Karen. Karen, the first one is the lesson in white. And usually it says seek out answers from a higher source. I just feel like that it's so easy to get distracted. So what you really want to do is to make it your intention to connect with, well, what's coming to me is connect with your higher purpose. And it isn't that you're not doing it, but we are in a time of expansion. So there may be more. Look at that beautiful white rose. That really symbolizes what the strength of white is like and how nature is a part of us finding answers as we go inside. So I would say that this is simply a paying attention to what has distracted you and letting go of that and going back to that very intense focus that you can have about what is next. Now, this is the other one is I believe this one is attunement. There's two of them that no matter what I do, they seem to get mixed up in. No, it's Neo Matrix. This is Neo Matrix. Looks like this. Now, Neo Matrix is an important card for the times that we're in, because in order to do what we're going to be doing next, we need to upgrade the matrix that we have. Now, matrix just means the way our energy field is set up. You can see here that there's lots of connections in there. There's lots of different ways to look at what your own personal matrix is like. So this is a time, Karen, also to, here's what I'm getting. Draw your matrix. Draw your matrix and use the colors that are being brought to you for that matrix. And be especially vigilant about what you're feeling as you're drawing it. Information is there that will come to you. So this is a really important time for you, Karen. Um, I think that it's like pivotal. So please pay attention, both in your focus on the highest in you and the highest around you, um, and also on your personal matrix. All right, who's next?
Next is Dodie.
Okay, Dodie. Dodie's been using crystals with the luminaries, and the luminary loves that. Ooh, they love it a lot. Okay. All right, here we go. Mortality. Leslie and Dodie are working on mortality. I love that. So, Dodie, part of what I love about this is that you see that the geometry that's around the center here, somehow that geometry is really important for you. It is, it's like you are this energy that's in the center of this card. And there is a way in which you are very aware of the movements and being in that organic movement. And yet, I'm not sure that you're aware of the construction that is around you. And it's kind of like that's part of your matrix. And that construction has something to do with where you're going right now and what you will be bringing forward to help people in this time of awakening. So, what I would suggest for you, Dodie, is to go to that construction and say, "Tell me about yourself." And you might even draw it out, and white is there, but you might want to put some colors to it. You can see that there are colors that are moving in and through that construction, kind of in a background way. So there are more colors than just what's in the middle part of this. So you'll have to let us know what comes from that. And the fact that it is also the card that gave us the name Vortal for our membership group, that is really interesting in terms of this is a key luminary at this time. So now let's see who's next.
Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie. All right. Jeannie is a color card. Okay, so what I got is the lesson in violet purple, and what am I feeling here? Let's see. This is a really high frequency, and the color yellow is the complement for it. It's really interesting because, and what it says on the card isn't quite it, transcend your difficulties. It's more transcend your doubts. I don't, does that make sense to you, Jeannie? I'm going to write it down because it just came through me. And those aren't doubts that you would normally feel you're operating from, but I think it's unconscious. So you might want to sit with your inner self and say, show me what these doubts are, because when they're in the unconscious, we don't always know they're operating, but they are. So this would be really good for you to be able to move out of that and get into a clarity that there always. So it's like the doubts it's kind of when we have attachments, and maybe this is an attachment. But when we have attachment, it's like we may not think about it all the time. It may not seem like it's here, but we're attached to it. So we're back in the past somewhere, or we're attached to something that's part of our genetic line, and that affects us, but we may not be totally conscious of it. So this is something that is not visible in the way that you could say, yeah, I know about that. And maybe you do, but it is the kind of thing that you have to really pay close attention to and then ask for guidance around it. Okay, so Jeannie says, very helpful, checks out. Okay, I'm so glad that. All right, Stacy, who else?
Kelly Martin.
Okay, I don't think I know Kelly. So, Kelly, do I know you? What's the last name?
Martin.
Martin. Kelly Martin. Okay. Okay, well, let me just tune in to Kelly. Oh, Kelly, this you got the same one. This you got the Neo Matrix again. So I guess we're all working on this matrix. But Kelly, I don't know if this is this lifetime or another, but I see you as tall. Maybe I'm seeing your soul self, but there it's almost like what I'm seeing is uh, from a different planet. So I think what you need to know is that you may have a different matrix than others who are here in human form, and that can be from what you've experienced in another lifetime. Um, but there's you have a lot of abilities and really important stuff for you. So really look at your matrix because it's going to tell you a lot about that part of you that you experienced on another planet. And just let it be whatever it is. There was a time when I was, oh, you're starseed. Okay. You're connected to water. Okay. Well, one time when I was in Hawaii, I got a chance to go there because I had enough air miles or something. And I stayed with a woman there, and I was in a back room where I stayed, and the rest of the whole living room was huge stuff that was from Egypt. And then there was a little place where you have a kitchen, and that was full of energy. Well, I had a notebook with me, and at one point, I just started drawing. And what I was drawing, it was like doodling, but it ended up being beings from other places. And I'm still working on that as to what that means and how that, it hasn't been that I'm to focus totally on that yet. I'm just sort of aware of it in the background. And at some point that will come forward and kind of help me to look at uh, um, what the truth is around that. My friend says that I'm an ambassador, and okay, yesterday she went to Friday Harder for Healing Land. Oh, good. Thank you so much for doing that, Kelly. Oh my gosh, we need that. This poor land needs to be loved and healed. And it just really appreciates when we do that kind of thing. So thank you for that. So work with this particular matrix and find out what your matrix is and ask for some information that will help you know more about it. Okay. Yeah, I know that it's time for us, Kelly, to be moving into the next things, and so stay tuned with that. I wish you would come and join us in our membership group if that feels right to you, because there are many of us here who understand a lot of this stuff, and not everybody does, or sometimes they're afraid of it. And you would really, I think you would find it very, very helpful, and we would love to have your energy there as well. So, Stacy, anybody else?
Linda.
Linda? Last name?
I don't know. Will and Leslie said Linda wants a reading.
Okay. So let's see what Linda's reading is here. Okay, so okay, it wasn't an accident, right, Gal? Okay, so this is your card, Linda. Where am I here? Get it up. Oh, over here. It's a lesson in red. So, Linda, what it says is use your intense energy to live life meaningfully. But more than anything, it's like learning how to avoid burnout, because the lesson in red is where we tend to not pay attention when we're tired, or not pay attention when we've overloaded ourselves. And that's not easy, because we are in a time where a lot of things are coming forward, and we go, yeah, but this is what I'm here for. What I'm doing, because I am having a number of things coming up now when I already had a full schedule and a new husband. So I just try to ride it with ease, just allow the wave of that to be whatever it is. And then when there are things you need to let go of, do that. When there are things that you feel really drawn to at that time, then make time for that. But above all, self-care, 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 because you have to be sure that you are working with your energy. If you can, I would really encourage you to go to Stacy's Qigong group. Can you put up your link for that, Stacy? So because I want to encourage that, just because I find that it starts my day with much more clarity, and also she does a really wonderful job of releasing the things that would get in the way. And by the way, for the Vortal members, she is going to be giving you a taste of what can be done with Qigong, and also how that can release some of these old mindsets and things that we're ready to let go of. So I encourage you to give it a try, because it really is a wonderful early morning process. And I will also be giving you some experience of the complementary color therapy. That is a modality that I created that is very helpful, and it's the colors can really help us a lot. And then Dodie is going to be talking about crystals. And she has a crystal picked out that's a great one for letting go of old patterns. So the three of us are going to give you a bit of what it is that we do, and how this can help us in this time when we're letting go of the old stuff. All right. Is that the last one, Stacy?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm going to pick a card for you, Stacy. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Did you get this one again recently? This is integrity. We worked with this one someplace.
No, I used to get it a lot, but we were talking about it, and it came up, I think, in a meeting. But I also think it's like our practice this morning, standing in that doorway, connecting us between the cosmos and here.
Yeah. Well, integrity to me, because integrity means oneness to me. And when this came to Lorinda, who's the artist, and then she and I talked about it, and I wrote the information for the book. This was about separated parts of ourselves that need to come home to who we are. And there's an emerald doorway in the center where we can bring separated parts of ourselves back into alignment into home inside of us. And that's a really important thing that we're doing that. I think more than anything, Stacy, this is something you're going to be doing for people. That, and you'll probably find some information that will be for you personally as well. But this is the work that you're doing is it will allow them to start bringing home pieces that may have gotten separated. So there we go. That's our time together today. I always love being here. I thank you all for coming. Your energy is just so delightful to have here. And if you are drawn to it, please go ahead and join the portal and come and we're just going to have more and more times where we get together and talk, or we get to share with each other, or we get a chance to really share what we know, but also listen to others and gain things that we need at this time. So again, thank you. Have a wonderful day and week, and pay attention now to this. Please go to transformationaltools.com in the blog and go ahead and get the information that I wrote out so that you can be with that this week, plus your own individual card that came up. You're welcome, Leslie. Love you. And here we go. We're going to say bye for now, and we will see you next Friday.